want both of these measures to come to you in tandem. Did you receive any assurances that that will happen? And how do you anticipate, what will you do?
I control that. If they don't come, I'm not signing it.
Of course, this made the Republicans look like Charlie Brown on their back with Pelosi as Lucy, grinning, holding the football.
Mr. President, do you support then Speaker Pelosi's stated plan to hold the bipartisan deal in the House until the Senate also passes reconciliation? Do you support that sequencing on her part?
Yes. Look, the bipartisan bill from the very beginning was understood there's going to have to be the second part of it. Not just sign the bipartisan bill and forgetting about the rest of that proposed.
Everyone knew there was always going to be another bill that was going to be linked to. Well, a few days later, Biden claimed he misspoke. But we all know what he said about the two bills really being one bill is the truth. In other words, if you vote for the infrastructure plan, which needs a filibuster-proof majority, you're effectively paving the way for this massive budget bill, multi-trillion-dollar extravaganza, creating brand new entitlement spending and transforming much of American society from top to bottom. Oh, and that bill, as I said, will only need to pass by a simple majority, you get it? But the Republicans had once again, looks like they'd been played. Remember, Pelosi, she doesn't mess around.
Let me be really clear on this. We will not take up a bill in the House until the Senate passes the bipartisan bill and a reconciliation bill. There ain't going to be an infrastructure bill unless we have the reconciliation bill passed by the United States Senate.
Ain't gonna be one. Now, again, she plays hardball while Republicans are waiting for a wiffle ball game to start. She's not taking up infrastructure until they get their gargantuan spending package through a simple majority vote. Simply put, by agreeing to this order of things, the Romney Group gave up all of their leverage, as Democrats are able to bypass them entirely on their way to a simple majority vote on a $3.5 trillion package that no one's seen. Now, some of what we do know that will be included in this second bill: universal pre-K, free meals for all students, family medical leave, a pathway to citizenship for the DACA recipients, greener farming, and expansion of Medicare, and that's just the beginning. And today, more than a month after the Romney Group met with Biden, the Democrats finally released their infrastructure bill. $110 billion, roads, bridges, major projects, $66 billion for railways, $65 billion for broadband, but that's not all. There were more gems buried in the text, which most senators obviously won't have the time to read. It's 2,700 pages. After all, it includes funds for new state-imposed carbon reduction requirements, $1 billion to the Appalachian Regional Commission, which is co-chaired by Joe Manchin's wife, millions for wildlife crossing structures. It refers to women as socially disadvantaged individuals, and in one part of the bill stipulates that gender identity will be a protected class under federal law. Of course, this is how it always goes, though, right? When one party has been given all the leverage, they get cocky and they go too far. But in this case, who's going to stop them? White House senior advisor Mike Donilon sent out a positively giddy note to Democrats today, in part saying President Biden continues to propose and deliver plans that the American people across party lines agree are good for the country. He's doing exactly what he said he'd do when he ran for the job, acting not as a president of the red or blue states, but a president of the United States. Well, amidst an unprecedented crisis of Biden's own making at the White House, amidst the new pessimism and confusion about Biden's handling of the COVID Delta variant and the border, it's breaking down, his approval numbers last week hit a low of 50%. But now, courtesy of the Romney Group, Republicans have given Biden bragging rights. They've given him a lifeline. He'll not only be able to claim a huge legislative victory, and more significantly, a glide path to this gargantuan $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill, legislation that can pass without a single GOP vote and yet can transform huge sectors of American society, perhaps forever. The Democrats justified the cost of the infrastructure bill by claiming, by the way, it was fully paid for. Well, here's the Wall Street Journal's analysis that just came out tonight. West Virginia Democrat Joe Manchin and his Senate Republican friends are stressing